Alexandra Eala wins SEA Games gold, ends 26-year tennis drought for peach. Alexandra Eala delivered a historic victory for the Philippines after winning the women's singles tennis gold medal at the Southeast Asian Games on December 18. The match was held in Bangkok, Thailand, where Eala defeated Thailand's Manangkaya Sawanki in straight sets to secure the gold medal. Her win ended a 26-year drought for the Philippines in women's singles tennis at the SEA Games. The country last won gold in the event in 1999. This is Eala's first SEA Games gold medal. She also earned 2 bronze medals earlier in the tournament, making her one of the Philippines' most successful athletes in this year's Games. At just 20 years old, Eala's latest victory adds to her already storied young career and highlights her determination to proudly represent her country. It also marks an important milestone in the country's Philippine tennis and sports history. Her gold medal also boosts the Philippines' overall medal tally as competitions continue in the regional meet. Read more uplifting stories about Filipino athletes and national achievements on goodnewspilipinas.com. In the world of sport, there are moments that transcend medals and records. Moments that redefine eras, stir the heart, and unite nations around a single, triumphant story. On December 18, 2025, such a moment arrived for the Philippines when Alexandra Eala clinched the women's singles gold medal in tennis at the 33rd Southeast Asian Games in Nonthaburi, Thailand. Her decisive victory didn't just bring home a medal. It shattered a 26-year gold medal drought in women's tennis for the nation and reignited a deep passion for the sport among Filipinos everywhere. DailyGuardian.com.ph+1. A legacy of dreams and determination. To understand the full magnitude of Eala's achievement, one must look back at Philippine tennis history. The last time a Filipino won gold in women's singles at the SEA Games was in 1999, when Maricruz Fernandez stood atop the podium in Brunei. Before her, the champion was Pia Tamayo in 1981, more than 4 decades ago. For years, talented young players came close, but none could quite reach the summit again. DailyGuardian.com.ph. 26 years later, that narrative of near misses, hopes, and longing came to an end, through the hands, heart, and powerful groundstrokes of a 20-year-old who had risen far beyond regional expectations. The match that echoed beyond the court. Standing across the net from her was Thailand's Manangkaya Sawanki, a formidable opponent playing on home soil, cheered on by a partisan crowd. But Eala, calm and composed, stepped into her moment. From the outset, her tactical sharpness and aggression defined the match. She dominated with precision, breaking serve early, controlling rallies with deep, penetrating shots, and closing out points with a stunning forehand that left spectators and commentators alike in awe. In straight sets, 6-1, 6-2, Eala sealed her place not just as a champion, but as a national icon. DailyGuardian.com.ph. For many Filipinos watching back home and around the region, the result was more than a scoreline. It was affirmation, proof that Filipino athletes could not only compete at elite levels but conquer. A year already written in gold. Eala's SEA Games gold wasn't an isolated triumph. It was the crowning moment of a storied 2025 season. Earlier in the year, she shattered expectations at the US Open, becoming the first Filipino to win a Grand Slam main draw match, a watershed achievement that thrilled sports fans across the Philippines. She also captured her first WTA title at the Guadalajara 125 Open and cracked into the WTA Top 50, a ranking milestone that underscored her steady rise on the global stage. Full star. This progression was not merely professional, it was deeply personal. Carrying both the Philippine flag and the aspirations of millions, she embodied a generation's longing for international sporting excellence. Beyond medals, the heart of the triumph. Perhaps what made this victory especially compelling were the human emotions woven into it. After sealing her gold, Eala's reaction was one of pure joy and gratitude. In a moment that resonated with millions, she handed her gold medal to her mother, whose own SEA Games journey decades earlier ended with a bronze medal. For many, this gesture represented generational pride, familial sacrifice, and the beautiful symmetry of sport and life. The Manila Journal. And while the celebration was grand, filled with applause and chants of "Philippines." The triumph also carried a quiet weight. This was the first SEA Games women's singles gold for the Philippines since before Eala was born. It was a distance measured not just in years, but in hopes deferred and dreams rekindled. The drought? More than a statistic. Sports fans know that long gaps between championships can carry profound meaning. A drought is not merely a tally of years, it's a narrative of near misses, hardships, and the echoes of past champions whose legacies linger in gyms and training courts. For a generation of Filipino tennis players and their supporters, those 26 years were filled with both challenges and incremental progress, but always with the lingering question, could history be made again? Eala's triumph answered that resoundingly. Philippine Daily Mirror. Her victory sparked celebrations not only among tennis enthusiasts but across Filipino communities worldwide, from local courts in Manila to expatriate groups cheering in distant corners of the globe. Even casual sports fans found themselves caught up in the excitement of watching a homegrown talent realize what once seemed improbable. Inspiring a new generation. With her powerful performance and poised personality, Eala has become more than a champion. She has become a role model. Young players, especially girls, now see a pathway to excellence, not as a distant dream, but as a living reality. She has shown that with talent, training, resilience, and heart, Filipino athletes can stand tall on international stages. Whether that inspiration leads to future tennis stars, entrepreneurs, or creators of entirely new dreams, her influence will be felt for years to come. A victory shared with a nation. Throughout the Philippines, celebrations erupted in homes, schools, and sports centers. Social media was flooded with tributes, heartfelt congratulations, and glowing reactions from fans proud of what Eala had accomplished. Commentators noted that her victory was part of a broader Filipino resurgence in sports, proof that the nation's athletes are increasingly competitive, fearless, and ready to challenge regional and global rivals. Some saw in her victory a metaphor for the country's broader journey, persistent, bold, and unafraid to pursue excellence. Eala's gold wasn't just a personal success, it was a national statement. Philstar. The road ahead. While the SEA Games gold medal was a historic achievement, for Eala, it might also be a beginning. With global rankings rising and international experience under her belt, the tennis world is watching to see how she will build on this momentum. Grand Slams, WTA events, and future regional competitions lie ahead, each bearing new challenges and new opportunities for growth. But if her 2025 season taught us anything, it is this: Alex Eala does not shy away from big moments. She embraces them, thrives under pressure, and consistently pushes beyond expectations.